Greetings. This is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct this evening from Black Facts Headquarters Central. How's everybody doing this evening? We hope you're all doing really fine because this is more than just a line. We're hoping to provide you tonight with something that's really divine. Now, we've been looking over this book that we're reading here, which is March, Book 1, and we've got the other 2 volumes because it's a 3-volume series, and we know that the principal author of the book has passed on to the other side. So we know that, but there's 3 authors of this book. So we decided that we're only going to read we're going to complete reading book volume 1, but we're not going to read the other 2. We're going to let you go ahead and look for those online, order them from Amazon. You can pick copies up on Amazon. Okay, so we're only going to do book 1 because we don't want to infringe on the copyrights by reading you the whole doggone series, but we wanted to give you a taste of what was in the book. So we will be picking another book that we will start as soon as we're done with this one. So meanwhile, let's go ahead and get started tonight by going ahead and giving us a like if you're seeing us on Facebook, a thumbs up if you're looking at us on YouTube, and then go ahead and spread the word amongst all your friends, your family, your relatives, your enemies. Turn them into some frenemies. And in the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and read our proverb of the day. Oh, wow. We've had 2 on money today. Yeah, because the first one, what was that one from? That was from, was it from Senegal? Yeah, the one about being poor. Yeah, that was a very interesting one we read earlier today. Well, this one is just as interesting. This one goes like this. The poor man and the rich man do not play together. The poor man and the rich man do not play together. And this proverb is from, let's see what country this proverb is from. The poor man and the rich man do not play together. Oh, this is from the Ashanti. So we're back to Ghana again. The poor man and the rich man do not play together. Well, that goes along with our story here as well, because we're reading 2 stories. We're reading this one, March, Book 1, about how John Lewis got involved with the civil rights struggle. And then we're also reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, or Haj Malik El Shabazz. So both of them started off as very poor economically, but rich culturally. They were culturally rich, and that's the gift that they brought to us, is a better understanding and a better knowledge of ourselves. They helped us, they woke a lot of us up. We talk about woke culture now. Well, they are some of the fathers of wokeness. Malcolm X, John Lewis, because they were definitely doing their best to wake us up. So we left off here with John Lewis, and he had returned home. Oh, he had to talk over whether or not he was going to try to go to Troy State with his family. They told him to talk that over with his family. So we'll pick up there. We're going to go back just 1 page. We're going to go back 1 page here. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to go back here first. Go back 1 page there, and then we'll go here. Pull this right on in. There we go. Bring that right on in there. Okay. So now, and yeah, he ended this page saying that his parents said they didn't want anything to do with filing a suit against the state of Alabama. Nothing. Not one thing. So do not file a suit with the state of Alabama. That's what they told him. And because of that, he had to come up with another plan. And what he said is he wrote Dr. King a letter explaining that he would be returning to Nashville in the fall. Looking back, it must have been the spirit of history taking hold of his life, because in Nashville, I'd meet people who opened my eyes, woke him up to a sense of values that would forever dominate my moral philosophy: the way of peace, the way of love, the way of non-violence. Come in. Flat doing going forward in time. We're here now on Inauguration Day again. Sir, it's time. Thank you. Congressman Lewis, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. You have no idea how much this means to me. And bump, bump. Oh, she thumps her boys on the back of their head. Thank you, John Lewis. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Anytime, you're welcome. That was very realistic with the head thump. You know how your parents do that? Especially when you get those short haircuts, barely got any hair on your head, they can just thump you right on the head like that. Oh, my parents used to do that all the time. So they're milling around his office and getting ready to go to see the inauguration of somebody. We'll see who in just a minute. Meanwhile, Rosa, thank you for waiting. How are you? I'm good, Bob. Are you ready? I'm ready. Congressman, before you go, there's a message here. It's from Jim Lawson. Okay, and he was one of the people he worked with back in the Civil Rights Movement. March 26, 1958. I was attending First Baptist Church in downtown Nashville. You could literally stand on the steps, throw a baseball, and hit the steps of the Tennessee State Capitol. A young man will be joining us this evening. If you're interested, he'll be conducting a workshop on nonviolence here at First Baptist. His name is Jim Lawson. The congregation, led by Kelly Miller Smith, were Black Baptists who left the white church because they had been forced to worship in the balcony. Who ever heard of any such nonsense like that? Well, a lot of black folks that were down there, they were in segregated areas, whether you were in the north or the south. Yeah, we had all heard of this. We had all heard it before. Come on now. Where I want to go? Flip page, flip. Oh, I know why it's not doing that. Okay, all right. Hold on a second here. Got to do this again. Let's see what happens now. Let's see if we can get this to work here. Okay, how about now? Hello. The magic of the internet. The internet magic. Oh yes, I'm getting better at this. I'm starting to get the hang of it. I was one of the first volunteers to attend. He raises his hand. Yes. It wasn't a very large meeting. I was the only student to go from my little school. There were young people like Dianne Nash from Fisk University. Others came from Meharry Medical College in Tennessee State. At the time, Jim Lawson was a graduate student in the Divinity School at Vanderbilt. He also represented an organization called the Fellowship of Reconciliation, better known as FOR, a pacifist group committed to the philosophy and discipline of nonviolence. Okay, and that's the organization my cousin might have been working with, because he went on the journey of reconciliation before the freedom rides that happened in the 60s. They were doing freedom rides back in the 40s. FOR had also published a popular comic book called Martin Luther King and the Montgomery Story, which explained the basics of passive resistance and nonviolent action as tools for desegregation. I want to start working with young people, with students, high school, and college students, says John Lewis. Jim talked about the Montgomery bus boycott, about war resistance, about nonviolence. He spoke of Gandhi, this little brown man from India using the way of nonviolence to free an entire nation of people, and how we could apply nonviolence just as Dr. King did in Montgomery all across America, South and North, to eradicate some of the evils we all face. The evil of racism, the evil of poverty, the evil of war. And then you see them with their heads bowed and their eyes closed. They must be praying there. Jim Lawson conveyed the urgency of developing our philosophy, our discipline, our understanding. His words liberated me. I thought, this is it. This is the way out. That's what he thought. I told my classmates. I told two of my closest friends. Oh, no. What? Bernard Lafayette and James Bevel. I told everyone that they should come to this workshop. A few days later, we had another nonviolence workshop, this time with ministers and students from a number of different schools nearby. Bernard Lafayette was one of the first people to attend with me. We called each other names. You son of a bitch, over and over again. Nigger lover, nigger. Okay, so this is all part of them working on their discipline. What are you doing sitting here, nigger? In time, everyone plays the roles of protesters, the instigators, and the resistance. There may be a black person playing the role of a white person, or vice versa. Why are you here with these niggas? We each tried to do everything we could to test ourselves, to break each other's spirits. We tried to dehumanize each other. Sometimes I couldn't help but smile, even laugh when someone played such an unnatural role. But sometimes it was one of your friends calling you names, knocking you down, spitting on you. You okay, Charles? I don't think I can do it. I just can't. Maybe I can bring signs or make them. Maybe I can drive people to the site. But I can't take it. I can't be nonviolent. I cannot. For some, it was just too much. But we needed to see how each of us would react under stress. Lawson taught us how to protect ourselves, how to disarm our attackers by connecting with their humanity. Maintain eye contact, John. How to protect each other. How to survive. But the hardest part to learn, to truly understand deep in your heart, was how to find love for your attacker. Do not let them shake your faith in nonviolence. Love them. This is what they're telling them to do. We took a name, the Nashville Student Movement, because of our distrust of centralized power. We insisted on a rotating leadership. We were all in this together, and we were ready to act. Segregation at the downtown stores bothered us the most. We could shop there and pay the same prices as white customers, but we couldn't use the dressing rooms or sit at the lunch counter to eat. It was humiliating. So we decided the department store lunch counters would be our first target. November 28, 1959, we started with test sit-ins to test the local store's policies, establishing that they would not serve an interracial or an all-black group even. Our plan was simple. Enter a store, ask to be served, and if or when we were refused, we would leave. We were all very nervous. Cha-ching! We each purchased something establishing us as legitimate paying customers and then sat down at the lunch counter for a bite to eat. Click, 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 click. Sound of a woman walking across the floor on linoleum tiles. I'm sorry, we can't serve y'all here. May we speak to the manager? Part of our discipline was that only one person spoke for the group in an action on this day we designated Dianne. Clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click. Oh, that's the sound of a man now walking across the floor, heavier footsteps. Yes, I'm the manager. Look. Oh, yes, I'm the manager. It's store policy not to serve colored people here. What about the white students? Can they be served? No, I'm sorry. They're with you, so we can't serve them either. Thank you. No harsh words, no violence. No one even paid much attention as we left. When news of this student-led campaign spread, words of encouragement and support flowed in from around the country. We decided to stage our second test sit-in the following Saturday on December 5th. Hold up. We don't serve colored people here. This time, I think they were expecting us. May I speak to the manager, please? I'm sorry. It's store policy not to serve Negroes. Thank you. And so again, we left without incident. In January, following the winter break from school, our weekly workshop numbers swelled. We were close to ready, though no specific date had yet been set for our first sit-in. As fate or the spirit of history would have it, someone else made the move for us. Oops. Sorry about that. Yep, someone else. What happened here? How many pages did I skip? Dang. That was a lot. Okay. There we go. Okay. As where'd I say that? As fate or the spirit of history would have it, someone else made the move for us. On Monday, February 1st, 1960, in Greensboro, North Carolina, 4 freshmen from North Carolina A&T took seats at the downtown Woolworth's lunch counter. One of them had read the 4 comic about Dr. King in Montgomery, which got them talking about nonviolent action. I'm sorry, but it's against policy to serve colored people. Again, keep in mind, the way colored people was used back then, it only meant one thing: nigga. Okay? Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again if I need to, just to make sure you got the idea. Okay, we're going to finish off this next page and end right here. The next day, 19 students, black and white, had joined the original 4 at Woolworth's. By Wednesday, the number swelled to 85, and similar sit-ins had formed in Raleigh and Durham. A young North Carolina minister, Douglas Moore, was a friend of Jim Lawson and called to encourage us. They've been preparing. That's right, we've had 2. They're nearly ready. On February 7th, 1 week after the Greensboro sit-ins, we began ours. And we're going to end right there because now they're going to flash forward back to the inauguration again. So we'll break right there. We'll at least get to read one more day. Wow, this book reads really fast because it's a graphic novel. So it has more pictures in it than it does words on a page. which is why I take the time to kind of describe some of the pictures. Even though I've got it up on the screen, I imagine y'all can see it fairly well, but just in case you can't, I'm describing it anyway. And for those of our people who are not on YouTube, but are seeing us on Facebook, then for them, it would be like radio. Okay? Right, because you know I got a face made for radio. What can I say? So at any rate, moving on, you know what the play is. You know what to do today. Make sure to go ahead. Oh, before I say that, let me talk to the liquor ones. I need all you liquor ones right now to go ahead and lay your liquor head on your liquor pillow, on your liquor bed, and close those your eyes while you waiting for that big old sun to rise. And when that sun throws those beams down on your eyes, go ahead and rise and shine, because it'll be your time to shine. So you go ahead and do that in the new day. But right now, just close those liquor eyes and get yourself some rest. And as for all you adults out there, Tony and Esther and whoever else is watching, I'm going to wrap this up by just asking you all to go ahead and give us a like, give us a thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube, and then go ahead and take that last step. I know you want to take that last step, and I promise I won't spit on you. I won't cuss you out. I won't call you nigger. I won't call you out your name. I won't talk about your mama or nothing bad like that. All I'm going to do is ask that you continue supporting us in more ways than one, including by making a recurring donation. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You see the link right down there below. Go ahead and click that link. You can make a $5 donation per month for a year. You won't even know it's gone. It's just one less latte a day. And since a lot of people are still at home instead of going to work, then you weren't buying the latte anyway. So shouldn't make you no difference. So at any rate, that's the end of our presentation for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, continuing on with the story of Malcolm X, the autobiography of Malcolm X. We're reading from his book, and it's a very good story. And this is the first time that we're actually doing illustrations every time we do our reading from this book. Up until now, we've been depending on, we had some cards we started with a while ago, and then, we would show some images, but we wouldn't have images going all the way through. But now we're moving into our next phase. So join us tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow we will not be doing that. We'll be start doing that reading from Malcolm X again on Monday. But tomorrow we will have some video that'll come on at noon, Facebook and YouTube. We'll have a playlist we're posting up. It's the same playlist we put up today, but we're going to add some more content to it, so it won't be the same tomorrow as it was today. So check it out, enjoy it, and we hope everybody gets a lot of benefit from what we're doing here. In the meanwhile, we're going to go on upstairs and get us something to eat. Peace out to Esther, Tony, and Sydney. I see all of y'all out there, and I'll just give y'all a wave on the way out. And we're going to go ahead and transition into our back to the intro. So, Black in the World. We'll see y'all later.